Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. For those who's new or who don't know me, my name is Kate Dungan, and make sure you follow me on Instagram at Kate Dungan. So today we're gonna do, I'm just gonna react to a video called by Frying Pan, I think. It's like 1 year of coding in 5 minutes. So yeah, let's get started. Before you get started, you should know that I'm a computer science student, so it's just me reacting to him, or like his story about how he learned, like what his summary of 1 year of coding in 5 minutes. Yeah, let's get started.
Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2019. I bought this course on Udemy called Python for Financial Analysis. At this time, I just finished my first semester of university and was actually a business major. My plan was to finish the whole course during the winter break. It was obviously possible since it was only 16.5 hours and I had 2 whole weeks.
So I think he says in Montreal, so I think it's in Canada, right? I don't know how it works, but he has like the different between majors in university. Like when I did it, I'm in the UK, we just choose one module, right? Or like one course, and we choose the module. Depending on that, there isn't like a major or minor. I don't know how that works in Canada, but yeah, he says that he has a business major, so I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, let's see. I have a BSc honors in computer science and mathematics, so let's see if I agree with his review or his summary.
So I wanted to come back from the break smarter than everyone else while they're watching Netflix and anime. January 6, 2019. Winter break is over and it's the first day of school. I only completed 5 hours of the course and spent the rest of my time watching Netflix and anime. I also watched a bunch of tech videos during this time and learned that you can make up to $200K a year as a new grad software engineer at a big technology company.
Yeah, that's in America though, because like the salary varies depending on where you are in the world. But in America and stuff, like, is 6 figures, let's put it.
I lost my wife, my son, my family. I lost my job, a good career over at Facebook.
If I just practice LeetCode to prepare for interviews and learn how to reverse a linked list. A programming question.
Or HackerRank in the UK. HackerRank is really recommended, so I would recommend that whoever's like starting off and who's like waiting to or doing like a job interview and need practice with like coding and stuff, do HackerRank as well.
Where you have to write code to reverse the elements in a list. It sounds pretty easy, does it? It took me a whole year to do it. You'll see why. My mom also said I couldn't do CS because I sucked at math, which she is not wrong about. But it didn't matter to me because as soon as I learned how to print Hello World, I felt the power in my hands. I knew my journey had already begun.
Like, what is it? Computer science, you do need maths. Like, if you want to do it logical side of it, or like if you want to make anything efficient, you do need maths, since everything is logic based, right? But just writing Hello World is just like a simple start of doing something. So, like, but ideally, like in the real world, or when you're like actually working, you don't use mathematics, but it's used to like differentiate you between like the amateur, like a bad or an average programmer to a really good programmer. And like if you want to work in like the top 5 firms like Google, Facebook, Amazon, level, you do need to be like a mathematical computer scientist. Like you need to use maths to make your code efficient, right?
Done, and I switched my major to computer science.
Okay, so he switched to computer science now. Yeah, I don't know how that works. It's like, can you just choose your majors? So what's your degree in the end, or how does it work? I don't know.
Introductory programming class in Java, and it was super basic. This is where I went over the easy stuff like if statements, loops, classes, objects, and like how to use an IDE, I guess.
Yeah.
What did I learn?
So that was Eclipse he was using as the IDE.
This term because I literally forgot how to do like the most basic shit like long division or geometry because I just haven't used them in so long. So I have a question. How did you know that 90 degrees in a circle is equal to pi over 2 radians?
You should have learned that in high school. I'm not going over all that again.
Oh yeah, of course, totally. Now I remember, yeah. You know how they say there's no dumb questions? I definitely ask a bunch of those. Summer 2020. This summer is when I really learned more about programming in general. I took courses like system hardware, web development, discrete math, and more object-oriented programming. I learned about how computers really work, stuff like logic gates, CPUs, and that everything basically boiled down to bits of zeros and ones. Super cool stuff. Discrete math. Can we not talk about this course? I don't want to remember this course. No, don't even even put a picture. Get this class out of here. Get this class.
So P
Hello?
implies Q.
Hey, stop. The second object-oriented programming course I took was actually useful. It taught me about concepts like inheritance, polymorphism, exception
important
handling,
stuff.
linked list, and more. Web programming. This is where I learned my fundamentals of building websites. So stuff like HTML, CSS.
Well, with Java, you should also learn about overwriting and overloading, right? Since it's, I mean, that's it. And the string port as well.
Script and PHP, yes. Fucking PHP. Here's the first website I've ever built. Pretty cool, right? I remember when I first finished this, I wanted to show this to all my friends, and they were just like, so I really focused on learning how to build websites during this term, and by the end, I still could not reverse a linked list. Fall 2020, time to apply for jobs. I started applying to companies with a few projects on my resume. I also just started taking the data structures and algorithms course this term.
That course is important, but also, how is it starting to apply for a job after a year? I'm confused on how that works. By ignoring that, yeah, data structures and algorithm is really important. That's where you're gonna learn like all the A-star search and everything to do with graph searches and all of that.
I tried to cram as much as possible before my interviews, but
And
I obviously
stack queues
had
and all
a lot
of those.
of knowledge holes.
So my last question to you is, explain to me what's a deadlock.
Oh shit, I don't know what this is. Yeah, so could you first tell me if it's like a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a bad.
Can't you tell by the name?
Yeah,
Deadlock?
that's a point. Also, like most terms in, I don't think it's just in computer science. It's majority in every subject. Like just from like the term, you could derive the definition because like it's basically it's like it's similar to what it says. Like it's an object-oriented program is like a program that is oriented around objects, or like a blueprint that is created from like each objects within that plan, right? So it's similar to that. So it's like deadlock. It's like a lock that occurs in a program or simulation that causes the program to die or something like that, right? So yeah.
Yikes, yes, that actually happened. I still cringe when I think about it to this day, but for those of you who don't know what a deadlock is, it's supposed to be like very obviously bad. It's like asking if the sky is blue and you're like, what can
And
I
it does
first
happen
ask
in
you
like Reddit.
if the ocean's blue? I ended up interviewing with a couple of companies, among which was Morgan Stanley. I somehow passed the interview, and the lady interviewing me was super nice and pretty. Wait, is that weird to say? Yeah, that's kind of weird. She was super nice, and she gave me an easy lead code question which involved implementing the quicksort algorithm, which luckily for me was the only sorting algorithm I had memorized the day before. But my school's co-op ended up canceling it for me since I had already accepted another offer from Genentech, which turned out to be pretty amazing. I tried hitting up my Morgan Stanley interviewer again later on LinkedIn for my second internship, but I'm still...
Oh, internships, okay, that makes sense.
And it's been
Yeah,
2
so
months.
I think after the first day he was doing a summer internship, I believe. So he was just doing that, and then the next year, or like when he's in year 2 or something, he's doing another summer internship. It's not like he finished the core module and just got a job. Okay, that makes sense.
I think I still got a shot, right? So this term, I also did some C++, but it was mostly getting down my stacks, queues, linked lists, trees, hash tables, graphs, and sorting algorithms. At
Yeah,
the end
all of
this
those
whole
like
year, I had a grasp on the
or like
fundamentals.
those are the fundamental and the basics for computer science. If you like, you need to know all of them to actually start or to be like a average programmer.
Development, data structures, algorithms, and I felt ready for my first internship. But most important,
If you want to become a advanced player, you need to know like and colony optimization, and particle swarm optimization, and all of those to make it like efficient, make you differentiate from like standard like these ones, right? Because those are all like and like neural network model and stuff as well.
I now knew how to reverse a linked list.
Nice. Well done. Okay, I think this is done, but I don't know if that video answered the title was good or something, because he said that 1 year of coding in 5 minutes. I haven't, like, he hasn't mentioned what he did in 1 year, or like he just mentioned the name, so I don't know like how useful that video was, or like Maybe is it because he just changed from a major in business to computer science, or I'm not sure. Like, when I was in first year, I did way more. Like, there's a lot more that you could cover. Like most of them, he just didn't cover as much, I believe. So I don't know. As a rate, I think I would give 5 out of 10, since it wasn't like bad, but it wasn't useful, or like it didn't cover everything. Yeah, so that's just my opinion. Okay, yeah. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for the next one. See ya, bye.